Hey guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? Yeah, it's been a minute since I filmed. I think the last video I dropped was last week and I was like up to 2 a week, but this week has been kind of shitty. And as you can tell, Scampers is right there meowing at me. Yeah, she's so vocal when the camera's on her. Aren't you, little floppy flappy cat? Yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes. So basically for this one here, I need to film outside. Reason being is, it has to do with the freaking truck. Getting essence of the G6. Yeah, tire leaks. You guys remember that? Every like 2 days I used to have to go and fill up the tire on the car. Well, it's not so bad with the truck right now. I'm losing about 1 PSI in this tire every 2 days. And I've inspected the tire. I rolled it, inspected it, rolled it, inspected it, and I can't see any nails in the treads or anything. So I don't know exactly where the frig it's leaking from, which makes me wonder if it's the valve stem. Now I know I have a valve stem tool, like a removal tool in the garage, but the problem is there's a Firebird in my way. Now, as you can tell, like the snow is pretty much all gone except for where it's shaded by the boat tent. To try and find that thing in here, because the last time I used it was in 2020 when I had the flat on the bike and I ran over that freaking hypodermic needle down on the bike path. That was fun. Thought I put it on here somewhere, but I guess I didn't. Well, I could have used this for my tackle in the kayak. Oh, well, whatever. Maybe we came up with a solution for that. I might have put it away. Let me just move some shit around here. See if we can come down here and get over to the toolbox. I'm wearing my Crocs right now because, you know, they slip on super easy. Despite what people think, Crocs are actually pretty damn comfortable. I find they're comfortable anyway. Today would have been a good day to go for a bike ride. Like, it's so sunny out. Yeah, I'm wearing my winter jacket right now because it is kind of chilly out still. But, you know. Also, I'm filming this on Easter in case anybody's wondering. Now, thought I had that tool. It looks like a little plus sign. You guys who probably do mechanical shit know exactly what I'm looking for. I don't need to describe it, but I probably do. Basically, it's a tiny little plus sign, and it's got like the Schrader valve, and I can't remember the name of the other valve, but it's got one of those on it too, and you use it to remove the valve stem and replace it. But I'm wondering if it's just a little bit loose and there's air seeping past it, because I literally have to like the tire will go from 35 PSI to 25 PSI in 14 days, which tells me it's not a nail in the tire, because before I even started YouTubing, I owned a Ford Tempo. Probably everybody in my audience owned a Ford Tempo. That was like the most popular car that people have owned. I talk to anybody and I'm like, oh yeah, my first car was a Ford Tempo. What? Me too! It's like, oh, okay. Like anybody my age, their first car was a Ford Tempo because there was a great abundance of them on the used market. Not so much anymore. I come across the odd Ford Tempo here and there, but there was a great abundance of Ford. I left that window down. Oh man, I hope mice didn't get in there and make a mockery of my interior. Oh, it looks pretty good. Wonder if we have power. I don't know. Well, I don't think it's in the toolbox. I have no idea where it is. I know a new one is cheap, but no, my luck, I'll buy it, use it once, and lose it again, because I've done that before. Do I have a bottle of tire goop in here? That tire slime, because the lid on it can be used to tighten a Schrader valve too. Do I have a bottle of tire snot in this mess that I call a garage? I got an axe handle over there. That's pretty dope. But I don't see a bottle of tire snot anywhere. Could be in this cabinet over here, maybe. Could be in this cabinet over here. Trying to get around the car. Yes, I do. See, tire slime has, well, it used to. On the inside here, it has a tightener. I'll have to clear it off. Probably saying to yourself, well, if you got tire slime, because I actually have 2 bottles here. This one's for bicycles. You're probably saying, well, if you got tire slime on it, you just slime your tire. Well, kind of don't want to. At some point, I do want to replace those tires with something a little bit more aggressive, because let me tell you, when you own a 4x4 truck and you get stuck on lawn, because tires are not designed for that, they're meant for the streets. I don't know if this is going to work on that valve, but we'll give her a go. So it actually tightens it up or not. Gonna say no. See, normally this quiet, if there was a nail in the tire, you would hear it. You would hear it hissing and shit. Okay, this cap ain't gonna work. So that valve stem. See, worst case Ontario, I can call my buddy at the tire shop and be like, hey, I got a parasitic leak. I don't know where it is. Because if it's in the tread, we can just friggin' ram a plug into it and call it a day. I am noticing a little bit of weather cracking along the treads. I'm not sure if that's a problem or not. Another thing I need to do with this truck is buy a new battery for it. During COVID, because I wasn't driving it enough, especially in the winter, like you guys remember the vlogs I was producing back then, I literally just shot them all from inside the house. Didn't really go out much except to go ice fishing now and then. And well, the battery kind of died on me one day, and it was also super cold out, so she kind of froze, and well, that's all she wrote. Remember when I said I was looking for it? Look what I found. This is your tire thread thing remover. Not sure what that's all about. I wouldn't want to put that on the actual valve stem. This thing's probably made of aluminum. Let's see if this one here will work a little better. But this is a valve stem remover slash tightener. Oh yeah, she is loose. Okay, so we just tightened her up. And I guess we'll have to wait and see if that was the problem. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave this in the truck. Probably should just replace the valve stem on it, but frig it. So what are my plans for this thing this summer? Well, once I'm certain that we're done with winter, even though it looks like we are in the near future, I'm gonna wash all the wax off of it because I super waxed it last year before winter, so all this salt would sit on a top coat of wax and not damage the paint. I'm gonna give it a good washing and a waxing. Clear all the ice fishing shit out of the back that I didn't use this winter because the lake was really not safe. And we're gonna make ourselves a little, you guys ever watched Maverick or Mav on YouTube? He basically camps in his truck. And I kind of want to do that because there's something this Friday going down that I really don't want to have to do, but I have to do it. And I'm going to talk about that now. And you guys gave me good advice on this, and I appreciate that. Figured we'd come back into the pacing spot out of the wind, because I can't imagine what the quality of audio was out there. But a lot of you guys mentioned about putting Oreo down and not bringing him to the vet. Well, that is out of the question now. I cannot get him into the truck. There's no way in hell. I can't pick him up. He's currently following me around right now, and it's hard to tell from this angle, but his back is really hunched, and lifting his tail up hurts. I want to clean his bum, but I can't because he's got poop stuck to bum, but grabbing his tail and lifting it, he lets out a blood-curdling yelp. He also randomly breaks out into pain fits, and I think it's because of his spine. His spine is like arched. Like his back is really arched, and he is not good. So a lot of you mentioned that you can do house calls for vets. Well, I talked to my buddy Jean because he lives way the frig out in the sticks, and they've always had massive, like 40 to 100 pound dogs. Like their Black Lab was a tank, their German Shepherd was a tank, their Heinz 57 part wolf dog was a tank. And they always called the service, which is actually pretty close nearby. And it's literally a veterinarian, but they don't have a home office. They do house calls. So I'm probably going to give them a call on Tuesday and see if I can book it in for Friday. And we're going to put Oreo down in the house. I'm not sure how they handle the disposal of the dog, or if that's up to me. If it's up to me, well, we'll have to figure out what we're going to do. But like, it's gotten to the point now where his dementia is brutal. Right now he's having it. Right now he's walking around. That's awesome. Friday night, I couldn't sleep because he was in so much pain. You ever hear a dog yell? And it's not something I want to do, but it's got to get done because it's not going to naturally happen. He's going to fight for his dear life to hang on to it because I swear in his mind, him dying is the worst thing he could do to me. But it's got to happen. He's not well. Like, he's not well. Friday, I'll get the vet in here. They can give him his last shot and then figure out how disposal works and go from there. I doubt a house call vet has the means for a cremation. So I'll probably have to call another place and somehow store his body. I don't know how to do that. Probably a box and a bunch of duct tape and a garbage bag or something, like basically to keep the smell down. I don't know. I've never gotten this far with a pet before. Like when my ex left, she took Felix and he was already like freaking old. Poofy, she gave him away to her friend and well, he put him down. I've never gotten this far with an animal before. So it's like, this is all new uncharted territory for me, and like it's kicking my ass. But a lot of you did mention you went through it too, and some of you with multiple animals, and you know what I'm feeling. You know the the pain I'm not gonna enjoy having. So yeah, but luckily you pointed me in the right direction, because there's no way I tried to lift him into the bathtub, like I said, and the yell he let out, I've never heard him yell like that. Like I've seen him try and be a tough guy to a big dog, and the big dog take a chomp at him and him yelp. That's one thing. This scream he let out was like a little 6-year-old girl being confronted by like a ghost. Like, it was insane. It was brutal. It was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I put him down and he was still going. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I go to pet him, he yelped harder and he would snap at me and stuff. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, give him a Tylenol, tell him to walk it off? Like, I didn't know what to do. And then finally he just went and laid down and calmed down, but there was nothing I could do. So he is far beyond driven, and yeah, we gotta put him down. And I'm not liking that. But I guess that's part of pet ownership, right? You live longer than they do. So no more dogs, no more dogs, no more dogs. Told myself if I had to do that this year, I want to start living, you know. Like when my ex left in 2013, it wasn't too bad. Like my parents opted to wash the dog when I went down south, you know. I didn't really go down south that much. I went down like maybe 4 times since she left, and they watched the dog. They had no problems with that. Oh, we'll take care of Oreo, don't worry about it. Sent me pictures of him on Dad's chair watching the hockey game and all that. But then when he got fleas, they got scared and didn't want him back at the house. He was treated with stuff, but that's fine. I get it, because I was pretty bit up with fleas too. I looked like I was partaking in some of North Bay's exquisite drug problems, and it sucked because back then I was making good money. I could afford to go out and live. I could go out to, you know, go visit bloke and afford to go. Like, it wasn't like I couldn't afford to go down there and hang out and buy beer and stuff. I don't drink anymore, mind you, but I might have a couple every once in a while, but I don't drink as much as I used to. Anybody who's been following the channel a long time, you guys know that I used to pound beer, like friggin' go out and buy an 18-pack of Pilsner and kill it off in one night playing Grand Theft Auto with the boys. So now in a year, I might have 3 beers, 6 tops, because I just don't feel like drinking, especially after reading what it does to you. Alcohol's bad. It is officially, and this is including nicotine, boys, it is officially the most damaging legal toxin on the market. If you realize what alcohol does to your cellular structure, which is why, to counter that, not a product placement, I just love this stuff. Renewed by Science, NMN. I love this, man. Sublingual, take a shot under the tongue, friggin' get boatloads of energy, fuels your cells, you just get wired. It's like taking like 3 black coffees, just chugging it, but not to that effect. Like, it gives you energy all day long, and it's sustainable, and they call it the fountain of youth. See, I'm diverting now. So yeah, my buddy, he clued me into this vet who can come out to the house and do the deed. Last time he had a dog put down was actually during COVID, and it was his black lab Daisy. And number 1, the dog was too heavy, it couldn't walk, so they had to have a house call. And number 2, the dog was too heavy, they couldn't pick her up and put her in a car because, well, the dog weighed like friggin' 180 pounds or something like that. The dog was a heavyweight. Ate a lot of food, didn't exercise much, you know? So I'll give Buddy a call and we'll get this all set up and get Oreo put down and go from there. So yeah, it's not fun times, eh? Not fun times. And like, honestly, I do it sooner, but I can't. Like, I was planning on doing it like mid-April or end of April, but after the past 2 nights of not being able to sleep, like Friday night and Saturday night, I couldn't sleep because he's down here just screaming. And it's like, do I give him a muscle relaxer? Like, is that bad for dogs? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I know it's his time. It's his time. He's got to go. Like, even the one day I came home from work and he's over here at the gate. I'm over there at the door. He's over here at the gate looking up the stairs. I'm calling his name and he's looking up the stairs because he thinks I'm up there and I'm not. I'm like, I go over and I touch him on the back and he friggin' yelps. I scared the shit out of him. He had no idea I was behind him. That was a bad day. Friday and Saturday night. Bad day. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do him a favor and put him out. And it's going to be a sad time. I know this. It's going to be a liberating time as well for both me and him, because he's trapped in his body right now and needs to be set free. You know, his body's not doing him any favors. It's failing all around him. And in the end, it'll be liberating for me because it's going to open up more options to do things. Like with martial arts, they have camps. We can go to Sudbury for the weekend and train with Craig, who's a 9th degree black belt in modern arnis. He's on his way to becoming a Datu, you know. We can go down to Kitchener-Waterloo. Apparently there's a southern camp, but they do it at a stupid time. They do it in the winter. It's like, I don't want to drive Highway 11 in the frickin' winter. Are you nuts? But it's an option. It's an option. Go down there and train all weekend. Learn some new techniques and rank up faster. You know, I've already got my orange belt in this, and at the way we're ranking, at the speed that we're learning, because we're such a small group and coach can give us more one-on-one and pile more information into a session, he said we're on our way to getting our black belt in 2 years. Mind you, the black belt requires me to travel to the US. I got to go to Seneca in New York and actually get graded by Datu Hartman, which, you know, whatever. My first time in the US. Never been to the US before. Always been afraid to. I don't know why. It's just, I gotta quit watching the news. I gotta quit watching the news. The news is just, it's scary. It's like they purposely fearmonger. And when I watch it, I'm just like, holy shit, you guys are nuts in the States. But you're not. You're just like Canada. It's just like, I hear about all this crazy shit going on, and then I'm like, wait, I started thinking, I'm like, this crazy shit's happening in my backyard. It's happening in town here. There was a stabbing the other week. So it's like, it's the same no matter where you go. Just don't be stupid and you won't die. It's simple, right? It's simple logic. Don't be stupid, you won't die. Don't go out at 2 o'clock in the morning and walk in dark alleys. You won't get mugged. Don't beak off to people. They won't pull out their concealed hidden Glock and pump a couple rounds into your chest. Common knowledge. Be smart, don't die. Simple enough. And we're going there. We're going to be staying at a hotel and going to wherever the training facility is. I have no idea. So far, only one guy from the group has been there. And he said it was amazing. Lots of fun, learning a lot of techniques and yeah, just train all weekend and then go out and enjoy the nightlife. And those guys all drink. I don't drink, so I guess I'll be the designated decoy driver. And yeah, so that opens up opportunities there. Plus it opens up opportunities for camping, because as I mentioned last year, I tried to camp with Oreo and that was a shit show. I didn't even bother posting that video. I just deleted the footage because I was like, no, this is an embarrassment and it makes me look like an asshole, and I don't need to post that because all night he was freaking out and I had to abandon ship. Get out of the truck, get into the truck, fire up the truck, and head back home. Like, it was not a good time. I don't know if you guys remember that one time I went to 20-Minute Lake and I was fishing there, and there was a guy who literally had set up an enclosure. Like, he literally moved in. This is his house now, and he had 2 big pit bulls. Well, that's where we tried to camp, and sure enough, he's still there. And he just lets his dogs run free, and I'm just like, holy shit, like, this isn't good. But like, I had Oreo under control, and the dogs never came over, and he knew I had a small dog, so he kept his dogs on leash and that. But yeah, Oreo was barking all night. And I'm like, you're going to wake that guy up and he's going to friggin' not be happy. And we got to get out of here. So we just fired up the truck and bounced. This Friday, we'll get the deed done, grieve, and then carry on with life. Starting this week, I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the office. I don't work Monday because it's Easter Monday, which is tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday, I'm at home. I'm going to call the veterinary service first and see if they have an opening on Friday. And if not, find out when they do. And then talk to my manager about not working that day so I can handle the stuff and junk. So I'm going to give you guys an update on everything going on. And hopefully that valve stem is what's causing the truck to leak air. Like I said, the leak is slow. The G6 was like, put 32 pounds in it, and 2 days it was down to 15 pounds. And it was really bad, the G6. Found out why. The tire was shredded. Winter tires, driving them in the summer. If you guys are doing that, don't do that. You'll wear your tires out so freaking fast. You'll feather them in like minutes. And then they'll leak like a sieve. So other than that, if that doesn't solve it, call my buddy at the tire shop and be like, hey, can you pull this tire and test it and find out where the leak is so we can just get this problem resolved? Because those tires are still pretty good. They still have little nubbins on it. Yeah, okay, you know what? They are 7-year-old tires. Like, they're kind of well spent, but they only got 38,000 kilometers on them. So average tire life is what, 100,000 kilometers, give or take? Yeah. I'm going to shut her down here, guys. Thought I'd just shoot a video and let you know the update on Potato Face and what's going on with the truck and all that fun stuff and things. So yeah, if you don't see a video from me in a while, it's because I just, you know why. You know why. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.